Hello world, I go by the name of Joffey Joe, and this is the show, Call It How I See It. And on today's episode, I got a couple of things I want to talk to you all about. First and foremost, I have Glenn Pratt in the house, and we are here to talk about the death of the All-Star game. Oh yeah, there's a lot of bad All-Star games going on, from the Pro Bowl to the All-Star weekend. Me and Glenn are here to talk about it because we're fed up with it. We're just totally fed up. Second, I am here to run a solo take and talk some hockey. Yes, the Four Nations has been a pop-off, I'll tell you. It's been very entertaining in the finals tonight, USA versus Canada. I'm here to talk about it, so you don't want to miss out on that. And third, I got Kenny Blake in the house. Yes, Kenny Blake is back. He's here to throw some flowers and kudos to the Eagles, and also give out some future picks for baseball, as well as the March Madness tournament. So, you don't want to miss out on this action-packed episode. And we're back, and look who we have in the house. My boy, Glenn Pratt. What's going on, G?
What's good, Joffey? You know when I hear from my man Joffey, it's time to call it how I see it. Let's get it.
And we're gonna get it, G. I'm glad to have you back on. So, G, now we're in this dilemma, G. We're in this little void where we don't have any football left. And now we have to, scramble to watch other sports to keep our attention span going. So, one thing that I did notice that happened right after the Super Bowl, we had the NBA All-Star Weekend. And even a couple weeks before that, we had the Pro Bowl, which, doesn't seem to be hitting the way it used to. And even this All-Star Weekend, I'll be honest, G, I didn't watch any of it, honestly. I just don't. I know that Matt McClung won the slam dunk competition. I couldn't tell you the skills competition. I couldn't tell you really much about what happened. I can't even tell you about the format that's going on in the NBA. I don't know. I'm scratching my head here a little bit, G, but how much of the All-Star Weekend did you catch up on, or even the Pro Bowl? How much did you watch? Or I'm just curious to hear some other people on the All-Stars.
Absolutely zero. Listen, I don't know if it's me getting older. I've gotten away from watching All-Star games, award shows. I don't know what it is. I just don't. I'm just not into it like I used to be. You know what I mean? When it comes to these All-Star games and All-Star Weekend for basketball, I mean, what it boils down to, these All-Star Weekends are to showcase the best teams, the best players in the league, all in one spot. That's what it's for the fans. I mean, the fans vote on it. A lot of times, the fans have a say to who they want to see, right. And the game's an exhibition.
Right.
So that's what it boils down to. To me, I don't ever want an All-Star game tied to anything to go with the regular season. That's just I'm big on that. It's an exhibition just to showcase the players all in one spot for the fans to see. So games like the basketball game and the baseball game, to me, lend to play an exhibition. Those guys, to me, I can't believe they can't get them to play. I know they're coming up with all these different formats in basketball. Just play some basketball, man.
I know.
I mean, football, it's a little bit harder to have an exhibition-style game.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, hockey, too, to me. I'm not familiar with hockey like that, but I'm wondering, a guy skates with his head through the zone in hockey. Somebody looking to take him out, or is it different? I mean, how do they play?
Right,
football, you can't have an exhibition. It's tough to play exhibition-style football.
Yes.
The nature of the sport doesn't lend to it. Basketball and baseball, to me, I guess a player could get hit with a ball. They could collide at a base. Players could, things could happen. You're playing sports. And anytime you're playing sports, you're subjected to being injured.
Right.
So it is what it is. But baseball and basketball, to me, are the ones who I think should be able to showcase the best All-Star game, and for whatever reason, these guys still don't want to do it. They're talking about giving them more money, making it $1 million. I'm thinking a guy who's making 30, 40, you got to give him another $1 million, come play a game, and he's only going to play, 20? He's not going to play a full game.
Right.
He's going to play 30 minutes, 40 minutes. He's only going to go out there and play whatever, you're an All-Star team.
Right.
So it's tough, man. I'm over it, man. I'm over them all. I don't know what to say. Just name them and let it, give them their flowers and let it be. If they don't play any more games, I'm good.
No, I agree with you, G. I almost feel like they should throw out the whole idea of every All-Star game, because, like you said, there's a lot of risk of injury here. A lot of these guys, they don't want to stub their toe or run into each other. In football, it isn't what it used to be, in the 2000s, or at least when I used to watch the Pro Bowl, when they used to go to Hawaii. And, at least they, kind of kept it competitive a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if money changed everything, or, personal agendas and different things that started popping up in people's lives where, they have more exposure and they don't want to expose themselves to being, expose themselves to doing their profession. But like you said, this was supposed to be for the fans, and now the fans are kind of getting robbed by it. You know what I mean? Used to be we used to remember NBA All-Star Weekend used to be an extravaganza, and they used to wear their jerseys and pull up, and it used to be a game, and now it's just not that. And with LeBron not showing up, I don't know. I just feel like a lot's changed, and I feel like I feel like in the NBA, I think they're having a competitive type of nature check, and I feel like ever since Kobe kind of left, that mentality of trying to go at each other and really like get the best out of competition. I kind of feel like that kind of went out the window when Kobe left. I mean, there's still guys being out there being competitive, but I feel like the defensive effort or just things of just being gritty and stuff. I don't know. Like I feel like the NBA players just want to make money and kind of take time off. But it's just like where that game's going right now. Their All-Star game, they can reformat it. And Jokic had a comment saying this is just what it's going to be, honestly, and it's not going to change. And it's kind of a shame because I feel like the fans are getting robbed because it's not. There was a time where this used to be something we used to watch, and now, like you said, even with award shows too, like you were saying, it's just a different type of monster now. And I'm just, it's tough. But like, where do you think things went south here a little bit?
I mean, the money definitely plays a part into it. I mean, these guys, the money they make, it's astronomical to believe they can make that. But I guess it's all about TV. I mean, they're just like actors and entertainers.
Right.
I mean, they're on for 2 hours, 2.5 or 3 hours a day or whatever you get to watch it.
Right.
And they're on TV. That's the bottom line. You're on TV, you get paid. That's what it boils down to. So guaranteed money in general, to me, in some way, shape, or form, has pulled competition or made competition a little bit. Guys not wanting to go that extra mile, give that extra, because there's business decisions being made every time up and down the court. To me, I feel like there's a bit, somebody's trying to sell their brand or make their play to, be the next guy. I mean, it's
no, I'm sorry to cut you off. I was going to say it's definitely business and agenda based. I mean, like people have their own agenda and just trying to, use it when they can. And, I guess the All-Star games and stuff in general, it's just not a time they want to do that anymore unless when there's a market through commercial or other avenues and stuff. But I don't know. It's just no pizzazz to this anymore.
Yeah, guaranteed money. I mean, granted, I understand there's got to be something, but guaranteed money to me has to, at some point, human nature you got to pull back a little bit. There can't be the same hunger.
Right.
When you know you're getting paid. I mean, it can't be, right? When you know you've inked that deal, $265 million. Now, I mean, but see, I always think there's a competitive nature in all of us. You just rolled a ball out years ago when I played hoops. Everybody who was on the court just wanted to win. They just wanted to play ball.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm thinking, why aren't these guys just wanting to play ball and just win?
Yeah. It's like they get the bag, G, and then they're just like,
Different.
Yeah, it's like maybe I'll play tonight or maybe tomorrow night.
My fingernail's loose. I can't play tonight. I mean, just the littlest things seem to. And I don't like to get into guys I don't like to question guys when they are injured because, like I said, in sports you do get hurt.
Right.
I mean, things happen we don't see behind doors. So, I mean, injuries, they're playing at a high level.
Right.
So I try not to question them, but sometimes you're like, really?
I know, yeah. I know, really. I'd be like, even like you were pulling up to a game and then like you buy some tickets and you're, ecstatic to see a certain player and then they don't show up and you're just like, really, man? Just because of that? That ends up happening a lot, and especially in basketball. I'm just like, But also, too, I mean, like, we can also, like, dive into, like, basketball and baseball. Maybe the seasons are longer, and maybe they're trying to stretch it out, preserve their body the right way. I guess that's the only counter argument I can have to this. And I know baseball used to have, like, they still have the incentive of, like, which team wins, has the World Series home field advantage, right?
Not anymore.
Oh, they got rid of that, right? Okay.
They did that for a season or two, but they don't do that no more. Okay. Thank God. Like I said, I don't want the All-Star game of any sport to determine what goes on during the regular. I don't like it.
No, I
know
agree.
people are like, oh, it means something. It's an exhibition, man. Keep it an exhibition.
Right.
Let the regular season games prove to be who should be home field and home court. I don't need exhibition games count for anything but the exhibition and the display for the fans. That's it.
Right. No, I agree. It's supposed to be for the fans, and that's what it is.
Bottom line.
And anything now, I feel like things are kind of shifting to more like maybe the Olympics or even like how hockey has things set up right now. They have the 4 teams like with all-stars basically on each team, or just basically like Olympic teams now. Like if we're going to see like the best teams play each other, it's going to have to be internationally now. I don't see it through all-star games, and that's why I guess why the NBA might even want to like create this format that's kind of like what. Yeah, I know.
I mean, listen, I just can't believe they can't do East and West and guys go ball for 48 minutes. Why is that a problem? Put the best teams together from East and West and go ball. I mean, to me, and another thing I don't care about when people talk about defense in basketball, exhibition, all-star games, I don't care whether they play defense. Nobody's coming there to say, I can't wait to see somebody lock down somebody. Nobody cares. Wave your arms a little bit. Let Curry shoot. Let the people ain't coming to see the D, man. Let's be real. They ain't watching defense. They want to watch offense. It's for the fans. Who cares if they play defense? Come on, man.
No, it's
just an exhibition.
Right.
Keep it there.
No, you're right. It's a pickup game, and that's what it's supposed to be.
It is, exactly.
Yeah, no one's supposed to get hurt. Everyone's supposed to play at their own pace, and that's what it's, And I agree, G. I don't know why, they wanted to tweak things, or they started saying, oh, you got to win by this amount of points, or I was like, this is not, this isn't really hidden like it used to, and I don't. I'm out on it too, G. I think there's gonna be a time where this isn't even gonna be a thing anymore, and then like I feel like they're gonna really like feel like they dropped the ball and with, oh, maybe we try to change too much and maybe we shouldn't have did this or we should have just kept things the same. Well, yeah, maybe you should have because things got out of hand when you dropped the ball.
I heard people bring up your point too in basketball about them bringing in or making some kind of USA versus the world.
Yes.
I heard that, and I mean,
where does that even we watch the Olympics, like I mean, like unless they send out like their C team like with like they did like again like a couple years ago.
Right.
But like, you know what I mean, like they can still even they're not gonna beat them, you know what I mean? So like if that's the best thing you can do to get like all stars like to play internationally or just having like clubs, like I think I was reading like they're gonna have Barcelona and Real Madrid. I'm just like these teams aren't gonna be again like this isn't an all-star type of game, and especially with those guys. If those guys were really all-stars, they'd be in the NBA playing in the all-star game. You know what I mean? So
East and West, man, best players. It's the fans decide who they want to see, and let them guys just go do it. I really don't care what. I mean, when I hear people complain about the defense in an all-star game, I'm thinking. It's an exhibition game for the fans. Who cares about the defense in an all-star game?
I know.
Shouldn't matter, bro.
No, I agree. I know. People feel like every time there's a basketball or some type of sporting event that people are supposed to do the best they can. But like when it's an all-star game, it's just kind of a collective reason of, yes, you made an achievement, you're here, you can kind of take it easy, you don't have to go all out, but you know somebody's going to be yelling at their TV saying that, oh, they should be going all out because that's what they get paid to do.
You can play defense. Yeah, please.
Back in my day, they used to play defense. They used to pull up their pants and play defense. That's what they be saying.
Oh, it's insane, man, insane.
For sure. Well, G, on that note, we can wrap things up on that. That's pretty much death of the all-star game here.
Yeah, man, garbage, man, straight trash.
Turning into garbage time. But, G, I appreciate you coming on this week and, you know, going on a little rant with me about these all-star games.
Oh, man, please, it gets under my skin, too, man. You know, Joffey, you know you can always count on me to call it how I see it. So that.
Word. And I appreciate you, G. All right, much love, man.
Appreciate you. Be safe.
And I'm back. Yes, and I'm here to talk some hockey. But yo, shout out to the NHL because what they have set up with this Four Nations face-off has been amazing, honestly. Very entertaining. I'm very, very entertained and pleased with this product because it's actually proven to be a good solution to a raggedy all-star break. But the NHL's doing it right and having this stretch of tournament round-robin play and best-of-3 games and everything set up in this tournament has been very entertaining. I mean, you have four powerhouses in hockey. You have Canada, you have USA, you have Sweden, and you have Finland. And mind you, yes, we know about Canada and USA, but also, too, Finland and Sweden have their own rivalry. So, to see all these teams duke it out and get to where it is now, I mean, we did kind of figure that it would end with USA and Canada, just proven if you were to go down the line of rosters, they have the best rosters. But don't get me wrong, Sweden is no slouch as they just beat America. But, you know, America was minus a couple guys getting in preparation for this match against Canada. And Finland is no slouch either. They have a bunch of guys that are really good. So to have this type of format and to see where things are in other leagues with their all-star game, I think the NHL is doing it right. Yes. So I want to dive into it and talk about the final now. As I was iterating, we have USA and Canada. And, mind you, last Saturday, we got to watch something special. We got to see USA finally beat Canada on a best-on-best ice rink match. It was really great. They rallied 3-1, and they won that match. And we also got to see 3 fights within the first 10 seconds. We got to see some national anthem booing, which would have got me riled up too. But to see where things are, and to see where things are in the final now, as these two teams are head-to-head again and about to collide, it's going to be fun to watch, and I will be tuned in. Because it's really important for us as a country to, you know, help rally against Canada. Honestly, there's a lot going on in politics and everything, but minus all that, I mean, it's really good to see USA come out and have their hockey program really starting to reach the levels that they've been wanting to reach for decades, honestly. I mean, we're at a point where USA hockey was kind of almost B-grade type of hockey, falling behind other nations and stuff. And to see where it is now, they ran through the juniors tournaments. They won that soundly. And to see where a lot of this young talent is now, I mean, this USA roster might be the best USA roster that has ever been conducted. So it's really big to watch. And to see USA for the first time in 15 years beat, you know, Canada in Montreal means a lot. It sent shockwaves to Canada and made this game very personal to Canada. So, mind you, with that win that USA had, it snapped Canada's 17-game win streak in a best-on-best tournament and ended Sidney Crosby, Sid the Kid, it ended his 26-game international tournament winning streak. Canada has claimed victory in 9 of the 13 best-on-best tournaments, 9 of 13, and on top of that, including 5 of the last 6 and 3 consecutive titles. USA has just won one best-on-best tournament, and that came back in 1996, right? So to see USA triumphant over Canada, it was huge, and it really sent shockwaves to the rest of the hockey world, honestly. But before this, the last time Canada and Sid the Kid lost the best-on-best game was in 2010 to USA, all right? But that was only in group play, and this was also during the Vancouver Olympics, okay? So to go back in time 15 years and to see where USA hockey has finally been able to beat the bully that is Canada, it says a lot, honestly. But like where USA hockey is they're just trying to let the rest of the world know who they really are, honestly. I mean, like I said, this roster is loaded from top to bottom. NHL all-star caliber talent. A big thing that started this, though, during the expansion era in 1996, like, you know, we're getting new era, like new areas like Dallas, Texas, and other cities that were able to get expansion teams. It helped spread hockey, and it really, you know, the spread of hockey in this generation has grown. And to see where things were, I mean, USA Hockey was in a dark spot in the early 2000s, maybe in 1999. According to NHL.com, in 1999, the number of Americans in the NHL was actually on the decline. And European players had begun taking over the league, honestly, to the point that there was only 17% of NHL players were American. And 54% were Canadian, and 30% of the rest were from other international countries. So to see where USA is now and seeing the development through juniors programs and everything, it's really good to see. USA, I think, is going to be on the rise. I mean, we know about college programs like Boston College, Boston University, the teams up in North Dakota and Minnesota. There's a lot of good hockey being played, and it is good to see USA finally getting the shine that they deserve. There is going to be some injury questions coming into this final, as Canada is going to be missing Shea Theodore and also Alex Pietrangelo, excuse me. But, I mean, USA, we're going to be missing, possibly, these guys are questionable, possibly, Charlie McAvoy, the Kachuk brothers, who got in their big brawl, and then Austin Matthews. They're all questionable. But Quinn Hughes is expected to play in place of McAvoy, and I'm really excited to see this game happen tonight because I think there's a lot riding, and there's a lot of national pride. Mark Messier said on ESPN this is kind of like a Game 7 type of atmosphere, and it's really exciting to watch, honestly. Hockey, I think, this year has been very great to watch. I've been following the Flyers for the most part, even though they're still on the outside of the bubble, still in the hunt. But to see where, you know, things are, especially like I said in USA Hockey, it's just been on the rise. It's been really great to watch, and I'm really excited to see how things are going to turn out. Do I think USA can pull it off? I do. Like I said, the injuries are going to be a question. Don't ever doubt Sid the Kid, because honestly, he is the LeBron James of this era. But we will see how things turn out. But whether or not USA is able to pull it off, for them to get to this point, and even for them to beat Canada the way they did the other day on Saturday, it speaks virtues. And like I said, it definitely sent shockwaves down the whole entire hockey world. Yes, I mean, out of these four teams, I would say they are the best. I mean, we are also not including Russia and other European countries, but Russia is not involved in this type of stuff because of security reasons. But this four nations is a big prelude to the Olympics, and the Olympics in 2026 are going to really pop off in a new level. But I'm really excited to see where this team's going to do. I think Mike Sullivan is the right guy for the job. He's definitely getting the best out of these USA players, from even Jack Eichel and other guys too. You know what I mean? It's just good to see, and I hope everyone can suit up, because I know this game's going to mean a lot to a lot of these people, especially the Kachuk brothers, and like I said, the Hughes brothers as well. So it's going to be very interesting to watch, and I suggest all y'all need to watch it, because we need to root for USA and really get behind them and rally, especially in a time like this. As a country, we need to unite and be together, especially on the ice. But shout-outs to USA, and shout-outs to the NHL, because this has been a great solution of entertainment for all-star caliber talent, and I'm really happy to watch it. And that's all. And here we go. Look who we have back in the house. My boy, Kenny Blake. How you doing, my boy?
Doing okay, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm glad to have you back. So, the NFL season's over, Ken. So, I need some more picks. I need to hear what's on your menu, Ken. What you got, man? What you got for me?
Before I start, I just want to give all the Eagles fans out there to Joe right here, live on Call It Like I See It. I want to give all the Eagles fans credit for winning and bringing the trophy home to Brotherly Love Stadium in Philly. They called it like to see it. They won and they dethroned the Chiefs. And I was one of the millions that doubted the Eagles. And I want to give y'all credit. And once the game day came on, I was kind of 50-50, but I really want to see how Cooper DeJean and also Barkley get the W on their birthday. And Jalen Hurts kind of proved it to the world that he's a caliber quarterback, can hold his own.
Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Kenny. I really appreciate the kudos and the flowers here. It makes me feel so happy, Kenny.
Yeah. So football season is over.
Yes.
So got a couple future bets for the for baseball. So baseball season is around the corner with spring training. I really want to see how a couple of transactions, free agent moves, like Juan Soto. He was with the Yankees, my favorite team, but he's like on over the city with the Mets. So I want to see what they're going to do with the Mets this year. If they're going to bounce back and make it to the World Series. So my future bet for the baseball, I really want to see what Miami Marlins are going to do. I kind of want to see them making it to the playoffs. So I got them making it to the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's one. So you have a futures bet of the Miami Marlins making it to the playoffs. Not even just winning the division, just maybe getting a wild card seed or wild card playoff.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my future bet.
Okay. What else
And
you
then,
got?
since March Madness is coming up slowly but surely, I want to see who's going to make it to the March Madness.
Okay.
I don't have no favorites of winning it, but I would like to see who's going to be in that seed or the Final Four. So I really want to see who's going to come out. But I really like Duke. See how Duke play in March Madness.
No, I mean, we all know about Cooper Flag, bro. He's a generational talent. Out of Maine, which that's really weird, but yes, generational talent. But what he's done at Duke this season has been really eye-opening. He's definitely been. I actually showed other skills that really caught my attention, like passing and rebounding and everything. He's really a complete package, and he'll definitely be a solidified number one pick no matter what. That's no doubt about it. But I mean, I like Duke coming in. A lot of these SEC teams have been really good this year. I'm still trying to catch up. Usually in February is when I start to catch up on things. I know Alabama's the best team in the country right now, but the SEC's been taking off. It's going to be interesting to see what comes on coming into this tournament, especially with conference tournaments coming up very shortly and stuff. So we'll see. UConn, it's going to be hard for them to defend the title. I mean, they've had an up and down season. I think they have 8 losses right now, but if they have a strong conference tournament, I think they'll go in a tournament. And they got Dan Hurley, so they still got 2 pieces coming back from last year's championship team. So it's going to be interesting. But I definitely like Duke, Kenny. I definitely like Duke coming into the tournament.
I just have to wait patiently to see.
Yeah.
Who's going to win.
For sure.
So that's all for right now. But
Okay.
I catch a couple NBA picks coming in shortly. But
okay.
Who knows?
No, this is the time of year, Kenny, where you just got to throw things on the dartboard and see if it really sticks or not.
Oh, yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on, Kenny, and I appreciate the kudos and the flowers for the Eagles. I had a time of my life at the parade.
Yes, sir.
All right, Kenny. Until next time, all right?
Yes, sir. Be safe.
Peace.